The movie begins with a man waking inside a sterile white room. A voice asks him what is 2 plus 2. He answers wrong. The voice says he may experience memory loss and difficulty speaking. His body cannot move yet. The voice tells him his muscle function has not been restored. He finds an atomic resolution scanning electron microscope. He wonders why he even knows what that is. The ship identifies him as Dr. Ryland Grace. The captain, Yao Lai Jai, is deceased. He searches for living crew. There are no other living people on board. He is completely alone. He tries to call Earth. The transmission time is almost 12 years. He is impossibly far from home. He asks for a map. What he sees terrifies him. He is deep in interstellar space. A telescope enthusiast named Irina Petrova found infrared light flowing from the sun to Venus. This became the Petrova line. A probe revealed tiny dots swarming near the sun. No one knew what they were. The dots seemed to be dimming the sun. Over 30 years, Earth could cool by 15 degrees. The teacher insists the best minds are working on it, but the threat to Earth is very real. She found a paper he wrote claiming water is unnecessary for life. She needs his help. He was fired for that paper. He called a leading scholar a staggering waste of carbon and ruined his career. Eva says she can give him a chance to prove everyone wrong. She needs someone who thinks differently. She challenges him directly. She says he is running away because he is scared. He denies it, but she is right. She asks if he still believes water is unnecessary for life. He does. A different planet might have different conditions entirely. She asks if that sounds like a water-based life form. It does not. He realizes the sun is truly dying. She confirms it. The world is running out of time. She puts him in a sealed argon room to analyze the sample. He feels expendable. She admits that is not the only reason she chose him, but the team prefers he does not die. He looks at the sample under the microscope. The particles are moving. They might be alive. Then one frequency triggers a response. It is a cell, a tiny alien cell. This is first contact with life beyond Earth. But the cell dies from the experiment. He is actually thrilled. Now he can analyze what it is made of. The results come back: carbon, oxygen, hydrogen. The cell is made almost entirely of water. He was wrong about his only original idea, but he discovers the cells give off infrared light when they move. They consume the sun's energy and expel it for propulsion. They eat starlight to fly. Eva says she needs people who think they are right when everyone else thinks they are wrong. She offers him a permanent place. He accepts. She gives him 3 live samples. The world is counting on him. Grace studies why the astrophage travel from the sun to Venus. Venus has a CO2 atmosphere. Maybe that is what they breathe. He and a colleague named Carl build a test box emitting Venus's infrared frequency. If the dots move toward it, they seek CO2. The astrophage escape and move into the box. They lock it inside another box to contain them. The hypothesis is confirmed. Grace presents his findings to an international team. Scientists confirm his results. The astrophage go to Venus to breathe CO2. Eva asks how long to make 2 million kilograms of astrophage. Grace has no idea why they need that much. He is granted top-secret clearance. Project Hail Mary is revealed. The sun is not the only star dying. A pattern of infection spreads from star to star. But one star, Tau Ceti, remains uninfected despite being in the cluster. They will build a ship powered by astrophage fuel to travel to Tau Ceti. The energy problem is solved. Grace now lives on a boat in the middle of Kansas for safety. One mistake with that much fuel could vaporize California. The ship will travel near light speed to a star 12 light years away, but there is not enough fuel for a round trip. The astronauts will send their findings back on probes. They will not survive the trip. The mission is a one-way sacrifice. The alternative is extinction for all life on Earth. There is no other option. They call it Hail Mary. The crew will spend years in coma during the journey. Nothing about it is safe. They need 3 people for redundancy: a pilot, an engineer, and a scientist. 3 people will carry the fate of humanity on their shoulders. Back on the ship, Grace mourns his dead crewmates. He wishes they were still here. He promises to do his best. The ship arrives at Tau Ceti. The engines cut off unexpectedly. Grace panics. The pilot system activates on its own. He checks the instruments. There is a Petrova line here, but Tau Ceti is not dimming. Why is it different? Alarms blare. Grace scrambles to engage the spin drive. The ship stabilizes, but the unknown object approaches. It could be a message, it could be a bomb. Grace has no shields on board. The object moves slower than expected. The ship suggests a spacewalk. Grace agrees to investigate. He realizes most of his equipment will not work in zero gravity. He needs artificial gravity with a centrifuge. The centrifuge is operational, but a foreign presence is detected somewhere on the ship. The alien tries to communicate. It seems to want Grace to return to his ship, but Grace just arrived. Grace does not understand. The alien retreats for now, but it will be back. The alien returns. It has built Grace a model of a ship. It made only one, unsure how many humans exist. They begin to communicate through gestures. The alien points at things rather than tapping. It is cautious but curious. The alien gives Grace a gift. He is wary, worried it might be a restraint, but it seems friendly. Grace realizes they are both here for the same reason. Tau Ceti has a Petrova line too. Both their stars are dying. They must learn to communicate. Grace tries using math as a universal language. He shows the alien numbers on a clock face. He names the alien Rocky because it looks like a giant rock. Rocky uses echolocation to see the world around him. They establish basic gestures. Rocky has his own version of a thumbs up. Communication is slow but improving. They build a shared vocabulary of about 250 words. Rocky's atmosphere would be deadly to Grace and vice versa. Rocky is a mechanic. He works with a metal form of xenon Grace calls xenonite. When Grace cannot understand, Rocky acts out meanings with little puppet shows. Rocky's star is dying too. Maybe they can help each other survive. Grace shows Rocky the astrophage. Rocky recognizes it immediately. Same problem, different star. Rocky's crew also had 3 members. 2 died on the journey here. He does not know why they died. Rocky asks why a schoolteacher is in space. Grace admits he has no idea what he is doing up here. Grace explains sleep to Rocky. Rocky's species becomes paralyzed during sleep. Someone must always keep watch while the other rests. Rocky insists on watching Grace sleep. Viridians do not sleep like humans do. It is a survival instinct for them. A flashback reveals the mission briefing. Grace meets the 3 astronauts, Yao, Ilyukna, and Dubois. He teaches them about astrophage and spin drives. Once the mission is complete, the crew has the option to end their lives peacefully. The alternative is slow starvation. They accept this fate. Less than a gram of astrophage can melt a metric ton of metal. The power is almost unimaginable. Back in the present, Grace and Rocky begin systematic observations of the Tau Ceti system. They find a planet with a CO2-rich atmosphere. They name the planet Adrian. The astrophage are breeding there in massive numbers, but something is wrong with them. The astrophage near Tau Ceti are dying. Something on Adrian is preying on them. Grace and Rocky need to find out what. Grace analyzes samples from Adrian. He discovers a microscopic organism that consumes astrophage. He names it Taumoba. But there is a problem. Taumoba cannot survive in nitrogen. Earth's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen. They need to find or breed a strain that can tolerate nitrogen. The work begins across both ships. Rocky and Grace test different strains of Taumoba under different conditions. Most die quickly, but a few survive. They are making progress. Every living sample brings them closer to a solution. Time is running out for both their worlds. They work faster, testing constantly, racing against extinction. But then disaster strikes Rocky's ship. Taumoba breach his containment systems and begin eating through his hull. Rocky's atmosphere is ammonia-based. The Taumoba are destroying his ship from the inside. His engines go dark. Rocky's ship is failing. He cannot stop the Taumoba. He will lose everything if Grace does not help. Grace faces an impossible choice. He could stay safe on his own ship, but Rocky is his only friend in the universe. They dock. Grace pulls Rocky out, but the rescue damages Grace's ship too. The Taumoba have crossed over. They work frantically to purge the Taumoba from Grace's ship. Rocky uses xenonite to seal the breaches. They survive, but both ships are crippled beyond repair. They are stranded at Tau Ceti with no way home. Grace calculates their remaining fuel. There is not enough to return to Earth, but there is enough to send the Taumoba samples back on automated probes. He programs the probes with everything Earth needs: how to breed Taumoba, how to deploy it against the astrophage, the cure for the dying sun. But Grace is stranded. He cannot go home. His ship is too damaged and there is no fuel left. Rocky offers Grace a place among his people. Grace, the schoolteacher who never stopped teaching, accepts the invitation. 2 beings from different worlds, each alone in the dark, saved by the other. The movie ends with Grace looking out at unfamiliar stars no longer